Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. Happy April Fool's Day. Wanted to spare you this year and not troll you too hard. As you know, some years we've put in a concerted effort to deceive you. So I don't really like that. Oh, that link isn't pinnable. Hold on. Hold on, man. Yeah. How annoying. Yeah, I'm about to I got a new mic extender coming in, so I don't have to do this weird thing with the mic, this crazy square thing on my collar. It's really just not ideal, especially when it's plugged in. Hold on one sec. Yeah, this is all growing pains of kind of a newer setup. There you go. Okay, so Bitcoin, great to see it up 3.3%. I mean, that's awesome. It's pretty similar to what it's been doing for over a month now. I mean, you get green candles, right? Randomly, not at inflection points really from history. So there's all you got really, I guess, right now is a supply line that goes back to the all-time high. You got really close to testing it late March, for rolling over. So breaking that, I think, could be good. I don't think it'd be trend reversing situation, but step one would be a level where there's gonna be supply. They break it, and I think if you're able to break that supply line, there's very good chance of 92K being tested again. And I think if we're starting to get up to 92K again, that's where we could be looking at possibly. All right, we're just going off of information, not at inflection points. I mean, you could be looking at something like that. I mean, it's possible. We brought this up before because I'm not trying to make a call whether we're going to 78K or 92K. I mean, you've been making lower highs, lower lows for over 2 months now. That's just reality. So it's at some point this longer term uptrend's gonna possibly be reestablished, or the pause in the uptrend will conclude and we'll start running higher again. I hope that happens, man. I really do. People get the misconception because altcoins are scams and they've lost over 100% of their value from the election where they went up 200 to 500%. It makes it's the perception that maybe I want crypto to go lower. I don't want Bitcoin to go lower. I don't really care about the altcoins, but they're going to go up if Bitcoin does. So I mean, I don't know if it's after one green candle, I don't know if we can get too excited. But great start to the new month. Great start to the new quarter. New month, new quarter, new price action. That's certainly the case. 85.4. We're pretty much at the highs of the day, if not, what's the high of the day? 85,519. So about $100 off, but it seems like we'll probably get there in the next 30 minutes. Looks good. Looks all right. One thing we did do on the 4-hour was there's that channel that they were kind of breaking, and it looks like the buyers recaptured it. And then this morning, after recapture, they back tested it and confirmed it as support, I guess, before running higher. And that was the highest 4-hour candle close we had seen since the 28th. So you're going for another one. I mean, another close. Very strong day today. Okay. Tomorrow the tariffs are going active. And so I would imagine people think that's bearish. So therefore the opposite will occur. And it's not probably because of tariffs. I think it's just technical. I think it would just be a technical situation where you have this long extended impulse down that still hasn't even really retraced, index funds, S&P, Dow Jones. Like the Dow Jones had that springback test yesterday. Even though the monthly didn't really look good, the dailies are kind of okay for at least a retrace. Can we chill on the notifications? My God. Why is like my music stopping for literally no reason? Okay. So that's great for Bitcoin. Ethereum, can't even believe it, up even more, up 5%. How about that, man? I mean, it's great that it's up, but it hasn't really done anything technically, right? We're always looking for technical events to occur. Key levels of inflection from history get recaptured. They get reconfirmed as support. All you're getting is you rallied off this heart line at the downtrend, rivaling the lows from March 11th. Maybe it's a confirmation low. Maybe it's one low, the second low. That'd be great, man.
BTC/gold, nice bounce at the supply line, don't you think? Thanks for streaming through these bearish times.
Oh, thanks for watching through these. I mean, they're not even as much bearish as they are just anemic or ideolated, right? Just no vigor, no animal spirits, disinterest is coming off of just crazy levels of fraud and insider trading and just, you know, license to steal. So, just, you know, we're waiting for data to come in that's, hey, higher highs, higher lows. I can't wait. I'll be the most excited person on earth when we're able to say Bitcoin in the short term is making higher highs, higher lows. And the only way to be able to start saying that is we're above 92K. And that can happen. And I'll be excited. Okay, so thanks, dude. So yeah, Ethereum, you know, after getting obliterated over the course of, what is this, 3.5 months now? That's it. You've been routed. That's the, you know, we saw a green candle like that March 19th. You just don't know if you can trust it yet, but fine. Step one, a green candle. Okay, we got to get a lot more green candles, okay? Remember what we were talking about. If this is the downtrend, Ethereum from where it is right now could go up another 14, 15% and still be considered in the downtrend, right? Testing the supply line again. That would probably be your target if it was going to, you know, confirm a bottom here. I hope it does, man, for everyone's sake. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so Maxine Waters spoke today, if you didn't know. She said some things, but the most important thing was...
Mimi Coin.
Did you hear that, chat? Could you repeat what Maxine just said?
Mimi Coin.
Can't even say meme. Really? Can't say Bitcom. It says Bitcom, says Mimi. Wow, okay. Most notable event of the entire day. Okay, more notable than the stock market rallying and crypto rallying. Absolutely. Okay, XRP up 2.6%. Pretty modest. You know, that's great, man. Green day. You know, a green candle. Look, it's always a good thing. But did anything happen? Nah. Nothing happened. That's okay. Are they going to test 196, 190 again? You would think so. I don't think it's going to be as strong if it occurs. But, hey, man, Bitcoin starts rallying. XRP is going to start rallying too. But today, underperforming Bitcoin, underperforming Ethereum. Outperforming Solana marginally and BNB. So that's your XRP. Near support, but not quite there yet. Some would consider this a meme coin. I wouldn't. I would just consider it standard crypto. Whatever. Utility coin. Utility token for sure. Oh my God, the sun is setting so perfectly. I wish you could see it. I got to figure out how to change up the zoom. If I can just hide. If I just like hide my face. No, it's still not going to zoom out. Oh, yeah, there it is. You can kind of see it. The camera like zooms in on faces. It knows how to recognize facial stuff. There it is. There it is. See it? The sun's setting, man. It's gorgeous. Okay, so the golden hour. We're in. Power hour, golden hour. Let's go to, I mean, there's not much going on, you know. It's going for its highest daily candle close since March 28th. Let's freaking go. Solana, the most, you know, ridiculous price action. This is what tries men's souls, okay? Like where you know, without a shadow of a doubt, the importance of this zone, 123 all the way up to 135. There's just so many tests and touches, right? They defended it, right? Not making calls. We don't know if it's going to 90. We don't know if it's going to 190, but that's the support. 3 days in a row they tested it. Now fourth day, really. And now we're engulfing. And, you know, it was a lot more promising, I think, like last night. But it's been sold into by 3% or so. But man, you just never know.
Better, poop and whale or whale and poop?
Anonymous, I'm not really sure what that means. Maybe chat can have a crack at that question. Oh no, I don't know. Probably not the better question. Y'all got any better questions than the whale thing? Okay, thanks, dude. Yeah, so it's 40 Traveler.
Ford Traveler tipped $25. Yo, Mitch. Doge 3D
Yo.
looking decent? Lowest levels of negative momentum since December 17th. Finding support at 0.786?
Well, one thing I can tell you is we're going to look at it shortly. We'll get we'll look at BNB and then we'll look at Doge. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. Yeah, first of the month, man. So, okay, so you just like what's gonna happen? I mean, it's almost like poll worthy. This really is a poll. I mean, it's so real. All right, let's just do this real quick. Start a poll. What we should do, like, which way will Sol break? I mean, it's like, what will it break? I mean, it broke up, you know, but it was a miserable attempt and they failed. And you're just back at support now. It's like, which way will Sol break? You know, with follow through. With follow through. And you just be like, okay, it's gonna break downwards. And, you know, downward towards 90. I'm just gonna be like towards 90. Okay, break upwards. Let's just be like towards 155 because that's the soft target if it went upward. All right, sorry, I just took a minute to say that. All right, which way will Sol break with follow through? Break downward towards 90, break upward towards 155. I think that's a pretty good poll because it's such a mystery. It is such a Mark Douglas type poll, right? Where we don't know, but we just know the complete and utter importance of where we are right now in history. It's just made it so evident. So I hope it breaks upward, man. I don't know how. Bitcoin would have to begin to run to 92K. That'd be the only way. Okay, still very weak. What sucks about Solana is cool. It's at support. We love that. We always love assets that are possibly, you know, going to hold support and run high. But the issue is like your trend now is bad, right? You're in a downtrend, midterm downtrend. Most recent discernible events that I can see on the daily is the lowest high and the lowest low. Those are two recent events, and that kind of sucks. So anyway. Ugh. All right, so that's Solana. Look at BNB. Hey man, you're getting a Binance coin. Still below 621, 638. Pretty disappointing performance compared to the macro and Bitcoin and the index funds. Not a great day for BNB. So it's hard to want to own it below 638 for real. Maybe if they recapture it, we'll talk. We need to see, right, trends reverse. So we need progress. We need higher highs, higher lows consecutively. What are the two most recent discernible events that you can see? And it's definitive. Oh, here's the lowest high of downtrend, right? Here's a high, another high. Here are these two highs that are lower than this high lower than these highs. This high is, well, the candle is lower than all these highs. lower high here. This high is lower than this high. So the lowest high so far, and before that with the candle close, the lowest low. So that's, you're not really reversing your trend to the upside yet. So we're just waiting on that to happen so we can talk about it. Otherwise, yeah, and being in a downtrend and you're also below key inflection points from history is not great either. So really nothing's changed on this one. The worst performer of the largest market cap cryptos in the entire world. So can we get an audio check? Make sure we're okay there. Just let me know, man. Woman, alien, people, you know, whatever you are. Okay, so Dogecoin was discussed. Yeah, nice that they're rallying it. But here's the thing. It's like such a great day, man. My God, it's up 5%. But dude, these yellow lines here are just real. Like the implications of testing and failing the level that it's testing right now after even being up 5% was, wow, major markdown. Failure at this zone, major markdown. It's been support before. Nice, I like supports. Major issues, right? Like you're up against, after being up 5% for such a good day, testing levels from history where you test it and you don't successfully break it and reject it, you have serious implications, major downside potential. So that's one thing where I'm just like, okay, great day and all, but could we maybe break, look, let's break it in the coming days, and then let's back test here, maybe once. Then all of a sudden it's like one, maybe three valleys. Holy crap, we might have a good structural development at key inflection points. That's what you want for risk management and to have a slight edge, a weighted coins chance of maybe higher prices. So even still, you don't even act like you know where it's going. It's just you're getting confirmation that an old historical level is support. That's the insurance you're looking for on Dogecoin. And then, yeah, dude, it's very similar. I mean, like, right, 1 and 2 and 3, and on the third valley, right, back in October, this successful trade setup, the level of inflection was successfully regarded as support, and it just happened to be the third valley. That's the stuff you're looking for. Those are actionable events. That's like where it's like, all right, I could roll the dice here. I can play this hand with tight stop loss in case it fails and max upside if it succeeds. You would have max upside on Dogecoin if something like this occurred. You would have an edge. You'd have a greater than 50% chance of higher prices if you got something like this. So what was the question? That was just me going off the cusp, free balling the Doge analysis, sir. 40 Traveler, 3-day looking decent, question mark? Lowest level negative momentum since December 17th. 3-day, okay. Wait, let me make sure we had the audio check was good. Let's see what people are saying. Y'all are saying audio's good. Grok says market appears cautiously bullish. I mean, like, it's just relative to what someone thinks that term means, okay? Overdue correction, which is like you just impulse down. Hey, the NASDAQ just lost 15% of its value in 6 weeks. Okay, so that's a long, extended drawdown. You get reactive moves. Those are corrections, and like we haven't really corrected upward yet. So the 3-day looking good, he said. Good Lord, that's a lot of negative. Yeah, you haven't seen positive momentum since December 14th. Yeah, it looks like momentum has completely reset. So good, yeah, that's actually kind of good. But remember, momentum resetting means it could also start building and you're ready to roll over to 10 cents, right? But again, I think we know the level in the sand. There's no controversy about it, right? It is 17 to 18 cents, okay? We want to, this doesn't matter if it's Dogecoin, Google, gold, platinum, egg futures, cheese futures, the euro to the pound. It doesn't matter. It's all universal. You want to see the market participants recapture the key levels respective to that chart, and then you want to see them reconfirm it. And if we got that, then we're talking. So there's a little more work that needs to be done. We want to see more favorable data. That's it. And we're close. This is how close we are. You're about, what are you, like a cent away? You're like 1 cent away from recapturing, but then you want to reconfirm it. When you get favorable price action, correlation to the level after recapturing it, that's when you have the edge. That's the springback test. That's where you have a greater than 50% chance that this would be coming next. So we're waiting for the edge, and we're waiting to be able to manage risk optimally. Both things we need. Okay, that's your Dogecoin. Hype in the chat for Doge. Hey man, I mean, like 3 targets of the trade setup hit. Third target was this level, right? This was the exit of the short setup, because we knew how big of a deal it was. Where, hey man, if it's crashing to that level, it could easily bounce here. It didn't, by the way. It did go lower, but again, it's not really going, like the sellers have broke the support, but they're not able to really do anything, which is a good thing. You know, when supports get broken and for a while, the sellers are just unable to really push the price lower, that's them failing. That's like, hey, interception, like in football, the defense intercepted the ball to turnover. Oh man, their offense comes out on and 3 and out. They're unable to do anything with the turnover with the ball. Well, that kind of sucks. That's what's happened. That's what happens when sellers capture supports. They break supports and they don't do crap after. 3 and out, punt the ball back, okay, to the other team. And then that's what happens. The sellers punt, the buyers take back over, and they might be able to, you know, come up with a good scoring drive. All right, so anyway, hype in chat, Dogecoin. So those are your bigger cryptos. I mean, across the board, you have some cryptos that are up, but I don't know if it really changes anything. Again, do these candles today reverse the trend? I don't think so. Like Bitcoin Cash at 1.69. This doesn't really change anything. This could be the worst thing in the entire world for Bitcoin Cash. It could be, right? Where the sellers have broken the support, and as of today, it was like at the highs. Man, time to long this thing, dude. Let's FOMO in after buyers are recapturing it. But look, they're at this point, I mean, you're getting close to closing the day below the entire inflection zone, which isn't great. It's like a bearish back test. So until you're recapturing 308, and then, right, anytime a level's broken, you got to see recapturing, and they got to reconfirm it. And then you got a chance, okay? Then you can get confirmation. Oh my God, then we're talking about trade setup. But like, that has to happen first. Okay, so if you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, below sub. Thanks so much for being here. It's you know, the sun has gone down. The sun has gone down. It is dusk here. It's going to start looking really pretty. The lights. I'm wearing my my Mordor shirt. It's like a fun run in Mordor. Anyone want to come with me to the next annual event? Yeah, you have to wear a mask because it's like you're breathing in poison in Mordor, but still fun event. Okay, so we can go to the S&P now, S&P 500, without further ado. Well, dang, man, I guess we're okay, huh? Are we? Are we okay? Well, it's cool that the S&P 500 was up 0.28% today. But has anything really good happened? Technically, nah. I want to see the S&P above 565. I'll feel a lot better about a bigger rally when or if the buyers can do that. But you're currently trading below a major inflection point from 2024. And it's just like, can we break that and then rally? I would like to see something like this. Again, always like this. recapture, reconfirm, and then we can run, you know. But until then, I'm still a little sketched out. Like, why was it so weak? I thought things were awesome. Thought everything was going to be all right, man. I mean, I think big tech outperformed the S&P itself today. You know, a lot of defensive stocks didn't do too well because of risk on. It was a risk on type of day. Dow Jones, remember we had identified that spring and the spring back test, and where is it? I don't know. Right here? Oh, yeah, spring back test right here. You know, the swing highs, the sellers broke it, but there was no follow through. The buyers immediately recaptured it, and then now they've reconfirmed its validity as support. That's what we're talking about. We want to see on Dogecoin. We want to see this type of price action. But with that being said, Dow Jones Industrial Average was only it was down 0.03% today, right? Those defensives, it wasn't their day. So the spring back test still kind of like, all right, well, we got to start catching follow through. Catch follow through, then we got like a bullish dragon idea. We could be running a lot higher. Like that gap fill at 44,161 could be great there. But yeah, that's kind of not, still below the 200-day moving average again. Spinning the wheels and no progress. Yikes. I expected better. Just kidding, because I don't expect anything, but whatever. Like a disappointed parent. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed in the lack of follow through after a really nice potential spring back test. Okay, NASDAQ fared a little better. It's up 0.87%. It's cool that you had a good day today, chat, but did anything technically change? I mean, even if we just don't even worry about this being a bear flag, nothing really changed. I mean, good day. But you're like, I really want to see the NASDAQ composite buyers recapture 18K, 17,940. I would really like to see this B point from August 2024 be recaptured and reconfirmed as support. I mean, yeah, of course you could say that maybe we got a potential dragon here, man. You know, you could break the supply line, break the dragon spine. The issue is your daily's not really playing ball yet. You probably want to go a little lower. Maybe a little bit lower. Maybe even go test the 16 level. And then when that happens, your oscillator will end up doing this. And by the time you're maybe testing the next real support, resistance 16.4, you'll actually start showing, without a shadow of a doubt, bullish divergence on the MACD histogram, and then you'll have an edge, and it'll be like, oh, it is implied that sellers are exhausted at a support, and that's, and then maybe 1, 2, 3rd little valley here. That would be nice. I think that would be really cool to see if you want an edge. We've been waiting for an edge. We still don't have one, but you would end up having one if something like this happened in the coming couple weeks. So, all right, cool story, bro. Again, we're not here to forecast. We're here to like try to find an edge. Russ 2000 ETF. It was flat. It's up 0.28%. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool that they're holding the demand line 1 time, maybe 2 times. But you don't really have, the oscillators aren't quite playing ball yet. RSI getting oversold one more time would certainly give you some really nice looking textbook bullish divergence. And then a little bit lower would give you some nice divergence on the daily. So you just don't have it yet. But yeah, very key level here, $200, very key. Good. Oh, the dragon. Hey, potential dragon, man. Maybe. All right. Whew. I'm just saying, like, getting rid of the bear flag just because, like, hey, you know, this is a very small structure. That was like a week of price action. That's not a very big pattern, you know. So, whatever. It could turn into something else. It may not be a flag. That's why I deleted it. Sub A1, thank you, dude. Snowy at your house in Colorado, Ethan. Completely different realities we are living in. I was in Colorado more recently, and it was hard to breathe, and it was really, really cold, but beautiful in its own right, for sure. I had to like research and study like what to wear, the layering. It was tough, but now I have a complete area in my closet devoted to cold wear. So like if I'm ever traveling anywhere, it'll be very easy for me to pack it up and I'm ready to go. Handle the cold. Okay, so those are your index funds. They're your big cryptos. We're going across the markets. How's gold doing? Well, gold had maybe it definitely had an indecision candle today. Where's my Wanda? Wanda, hello? What happened to Wanda? The chart I always look at is not generating now. Anyone know what's going on with Wanda? Did they get like taken off of trading view? Kidding me? Okay, no Wanda. Get wrecked. Guess we're going to thorex.com. Yeah, there you go, Brad. It's weird. Gone. Yeah, just with no data or no lines drawn. It's just crazy. This won't end well. Eventually you'll crash, but and we're still cooking, man. 3200's that 2618. Very nice here, man. Very, very nice to see. Okay, but wow, just after day record highs, 3 in a row, you finally cooled off, and there's just no structure, right? You're impulsing. The structure we had was the diamond top. The diamond top resolved. Guess what? So there's consolidation mode, consolidation phase, and there's impulse phase. You're in the middle of the maybe not in the middle, but you're definitely in the midst of the impulse phase still after the consolidation resolved. And wow, you just don't know. 3200 is all I got. That's 2618 from the previous high to low. That's literally it. That's all I got. Look, 3200 up there. Above that's 3440, the 3618. Just ridiculous. Something's going on, that's for sure. Silver, no Wanda. I don't know what to do, man. Like this. Well, you're still staring at like potential. We got the shark. It's either 113 or 886. Right, 886. This is kind of like weird, man. I mean, I'm just right. If you look left, we know the big. This isn't even going to show all the data, of course, man. See, this is why I wanted Wanda. This is why I always look at Wanda. Now it's not there, so I can't even look at it. So there's resistance of like $36 from 2011 and 12, but you just right now have a completed W shape shark, where yeah, we know it could definitely go to the 113, and that would make a lot more sense because that's like up against the 2011, 2012 all-time high. Or not all-time high, just a major reversal point, inflection point. So it's either there or here we're going to be reacting. You haven't reacted yet, so that's good. But you are starting to show a little exhaustion, maybe. Well, see, the problem with silver is like, man, gold at this point, it can start correcting anytime now. And if gold begins to correct, I'm talking like 3%, man. It goes down 3%. Silver's going to start reacting here, right now. Like it will begin as soon as gold starts. So never a good time. I don't care if it keeps going. I'm just telling you, it is never a good time. Just like I was saying on the Dow Jones with its own respective W shape 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. It's never a good time to long when these W shapes are at their completion zone, even if it kept going up, because you cannot think about being a market participant this one time. You have to play the numbers game. You're going to be trying, to take advantage of market opportunities for years to come, right? More than once. So if you're playing the numbers game, you don't want to keep trying to long assets that are hitting 88% retraces, and we have recognizable, discernible, studied research structures, patterns completing. So not a good area to long, even if you got some more upside to 36. But cool. I hope it keeps going, man. Now, how's that poll doing? We got only 223 votes. Good God, man, what happened? So, which way will Sol break with follow through? Oh my God. 56% of y'all, the majority, saying we're going to break downward towards 90. I can't be like opposed to that. I don't think that's wrong, really. It's just, you got to understand, hey man, we don't know where these assets are going next. All we can do is like look at the data that we currently have, and Solana, lowest high and lowest low. Two most recent pieces of data. It's cool they're holding the support though. And that's why we're saying we don't act like we know it's going to 90, because until the level is broken for real, you don't know. And even if it's broken for real, they can do fake outs. There's got to be follow through. But we know that's on deck if this level is broken. That was pretty weak, because what did they do today? Oh, $130. Psychological level, historical level. It was regarded as resistance confirmed. That's what happened. And by the way, a new day. Okay, Jesus chimes on Bitcoin. It was the highest daily candle close confirmed since March 27th. Big round of applause. Wow, we did it, man. They did it. No supply line. We got to break the supply line. We're close. Got to break above the 200 moving average. Got to do some more work. Yeah, there it is, man. A new day. April Fool's Day is over. It is now Trump tariff initiation day. I mean, that should have been another poll we should have done. Like, how will the markets respond? Probably the way you don't think, you know? But it would probably just be technical. Okay, I still, like, I love that we had an update today, but I'm just going to keep saying it's really hard to trust this market right now. It just is. Even if it's just going to, we got a God candle today. It's coming up. We got 10% green candle. It's still really hard to trust the market until we're making higher highs, higher lows consecutively. So maybe they're working on a higher low here. Maybe this local new 81,500 level is support and we're good to go. At this point, if you were like long in crypto or long Bitcoin, your stop loss would probably want to be below 81,500, right? I'm just telling you, I'm showing you right here. Like, first time really kind of ever. I mean, I guess like kind of like this. February 26th, March 4th, look, you know, you got March 18th, and now you got from the 29th to the 31st. That's your new line in the sand. If you were trying to play like, hey man, I think April Fool's Day, this candle is going to be where we go way higher. Only way to protect yourself at this point is just to have a stop loss below that level. 81.5, because I do think we're going a lot lower if that level doesn't hold now. So that's the only way I could help, you know, with your risk management situation if you wanted to. Yeah, below that level, straight down to 78 and 73.4, or 73.8, excuse me. Okay, nice stuff, dude. Bitcoin up 0.09% on the new day. Having a chat. Ethereum, great. Highest daily candle close was confirmed moments ago. First highest close since March 27th. Really nice. Nothing technically occurring though, right? Maybe they're trying to confirm a bottom here one time, and two, RSI is kind of interesting. I mean, you are showing some real bullish divergence here. Yeah. And you're back above 40, so you're out of the bearish control zone. That's nice. I wore my Ethereum Dark Side of the Moon shirt to work out today. I was like, hey, it's just the first time I've been able to wear this shirt in like 3.5 months. Been embarrassed. Just been sitting in my closet. But we gave it the pump today. All right, so a lot of work, man. Break 1972, break 2127. That's right around where that supply line is. You start doing that, then we're in possibly trend reversal situation. We just got more work to be done, and we'll be here continuously monitoring the situation. XRP, excuse me. Hold on, let me yeah, pretty lackluster day, but it was green, positive day. Closed up 2.37%, and that's about it. Waiting on a higher low, because remember, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, same high. Scam, insider information, doesn't even count. Two highs that are lower than this high, lower low than the previous low, lowest high, lower high than these highs than this high. Now, all right, fine, give me a higher low than these lows, and let's talk. Okay, got to have positive price action on Bitcoin. It has to happen. Yeah, I hope it holds, man. It could, right? But it could very well hold. Let's just hope it does, right? Remember last week we had a bearish engulfing candle. We were starting to catching some fall through, but it's all right for now. But you just don't want to break 190. 190 is doom. Above 190, you've always got a chance to continue a long-term uptrend. So that is your line in the sand despite anything. We don't have expectations. We don't know, but we just know the level where it then becomes irresponsible to own the asset. Like, you wouldn't want to own it below that level. Hey, you want to take a chance, you like XRP, that's fine. But you do need to cut your losses if key supports are broken when there's just nothing there but straight line down. So we might be okay. But we're not okay when 190 breaks, and that's just, I'm just trying to be here as public service announcement. Okay, you're fine until that breaks. That's it. Already looked at Solana, but looking again because the daily closed. You know, all right. Above support, but they can't break resistance. Choppy. You're about to die and go to 90 fast, or you're about to pivot and probably rally 155, 160 target. It is such a real level. We have so many ancient battles here between the buyers and the sellers. They are not changing tradition at all. Same battleground, same type of battle. Many are dead, right? Many casualties in this war at the 123 to 135 level. Yeah. And BNB's daily close, it wasn't great, man. Like, look, we could rally to 640 again. You're still not great. You could technically run a 660. You're not great. You got to recapture the previous major high, and that was like February, like Valentine's Day, 690. There's just a lot of work to be done. They're below the 200 moving average. We got to do more things, okay? And when those things happen, I'm gonna be so excited. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get hype in the chat. We're gonna have pizza parties. We're going to do all the things. It's going to be so fun. But until then, we just kind of got to like chill 600 feet up, take care of ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our souls. Stay balanced. Don't lose your mind. Don't go crazy. You know, don't like start doing weird things like BitBoy. You know, don't threaten judges and go live and have schizophrenic episodes. You know, just don't do those things, and I think everything's going to work out. All right. Okay, so let's look at the Magnificent Seven. Hasn't been so magnificent lately. Tesla, disappointing because it was up so much. It was up like 6.57% at the highs. And they did sell it off some. It only closed up 3.59%, but volatility is the name of the game on this one. A chop city, right? Gap up, gap down, gap up, gap down, up, down, up. but really going nowhere. So it was as high as 278 today, 277.82. Again, like, it's cool that the selling has subsided, but if you want an edge, it would be nicer to see a $200 with bullish divergence developing on the oscillators. It may not happen, right? It may have just been crazy. You could just, you're starting to get to a point where the retrace has been so deep that, like, if you were an actual Tesla fan, I mean, okay, you have 100% that you could allocate. Start taking like 3%. Start buying that every other day. 3% of the 100% you were going to allocate, and use DCA all the way to 200, right? If you're worried, if you don't think it's going to get to 200, okay, but you could start taking small, very small bids on this. But again, I don't really see an edge yet. It's just kind of the selling stopped. You're still below the 200 moving average. You're still below $300. Above $300, we're in really good shape. Because you're breaking a supply line, you're breaking the inflection point from history, you've recaptured the 200 moving average. So many good things above 300, but we're not yet. So, and the oscillators aren't implying anything. So that just means if you're buying Tesla right now, I'm going to invest long term in it, fine, but you're not really buying because there's impending reversal implied, technically. So there's your Tesla. Amazon was up 1% today. Hey, really important. This could be good. Could be really good here. Where 188 was tested and held again. Buyers defended that level. I'm telling you how important this is. Amazon, 2021. See it? All-time high. July 2021, November 2021. Double tap, man bun double top. He became a king, right? That level was just defended 2 days in a row. And the perfect channel that goes all the way back to December 2022. 4 different godlike tests. You now have a 5th test after such a long extended drawdown. I mean, someone could oscillate. MACD doesn't really look great, but a stop loss maybe at like 186. You might get stopped out real fast. But dang, dude, if we're not talking about the lowest risk area ever, to take a shot on something, you think about your longing an asset that just had it had a 24% drawdown in 54 days. We're talking a money-making machine, largest e-commerce giant in the world. Add a demand line, add a horizontal line, support resistance. This is the stuff. Up here, nothing to do. Maybe short because the completed W shape, type 2 return, bearish divergence. Hey, man, you got an edge to the downside. You might start developing an edge to the upside. At least you're at manageable risk management levels that are kind of optimum. I really like Amazon here for at least a shot. But that being said, if you're not setting up stop losses, you're not doing it right. Like, if someone's going to take a long on Amazon, they better immediately after they take that long, their order gets filled, they're setting up stops like 186, 185, because I don't think you want to own Amazon below that level. Implications will be straight down to 178 and then quite possibly a much deeper correction. So this is kind of a great level on Amazon. All right, whatever. Nvidia up 1.63%. I mean, you're getting, the downtrend is real, right? Lowest high, kind of lowest low, but you're not at supports from history. There's not much here. Harder, like Amazon. We know for a fact, key support, demand line, very well respected. We know it's such an easy place to set stops, entries. We know the upside's pretty good. Nvidia, it's a lot more nebulous, right? We don't have price action correlating to 2021 old all-time highs, right? We don't have demand lines being tested, being defended. So it's really tough. You're like, do you set a stop loss below 103? Well, that doesn't do you any good because the next real support's like 101 or 100. So you get stopped out, it goes a little lower, then bounces. I mean, so it's not about like, do we know where these assets are going next? No, but we do know how to identify assets correlating to key levels and what that means. And you don't have anything really here on Nvidia, but it's cool. Maybe like, a small wave down, a second one, and maybe this is where it runs. Sure, maybe. Get lucky. Okay, it was up 1.63% today. Hype in the chat. Microsoft Nothing about this is great, right? Until you're above 388 or 400, it's not great. The issue with this is the trend has reversed, okay? And they could take this effing thing to 430, and it's still in a downtrend. Because your your major swing high, I think that's discernible, is 446. Before that was 454. Until you're recapturing those levels, you don't have an uptrend. You're still in a downtrend. They can run it all the way up, and it puts in the lowest high, another lower high, an 886 lower high, and then rolls over later. So that's the issue. You do have bullish divergence. It played out a little, but then dumped again. This one, okay, Amazon, if you're, so far, we're looking at Tesla's kind of, you want it to be above 300. Amazon, great level, just is. It might fail, but good level. NVIDIA, not at a key level. Maybe it reverses. Okay, Microsoft, pretty much a hard no. Until you're above 388, 400, and then you're still kind of bad. Okay, Meta. Oh, Meta, they recaptured the 200, nice. Below 600, though, it's kind of tough, right? You can still have the same dragon stuff as Amazon, right? As NVIDIA, right? There's your supply line, 1 and 2. And that's where we could go on a long wave up. So an 886 to fill the gap at 717. But you just don't know if we've concluded it or not. We go a little bit lower. Yeah, that's kind of, I guess they kind of tested that swing low from November. Yeah, 530 is your big support resistance. That's the big one down there. It'd be nicer to go a little bit deeper just to test some highs from last year. We'll see. Maybe break the supply line. I don't know. It was, we had a good day today, but it wasn't great. I wasn't like, oh, trend reversal, it's confirmed chat. Nah, it wasn't like that. Okay, Google up 1.57%. Nice that it had a rally today. They hit 151. What's that? Oh, look here, listen, chat. November 2021, February 2022, man bun double top, right? The old all-time high from years ago. Buyers came in, defended it yesterday. You caught a little fall through today, but it doesn't really change anything. You're still in an impulse wave down. There's still an unfilled gap at 174. If you do start pivoting, well, maybe you are going to go for a wave up to fill that gap, but there's just not enough evidence that the bottom's in, right? There just isn't yet, okay? You had a couple good days. Great. Just not that impressive. Apple, it's cool. It's above the level by $1 or so. Or, sorry, $3. Yeah, big bullish and golden candle yesterday. You got fall through today. I mean, hey, that's great. That is really good price action correlation to a key level from history, and it's undeniable, okay? Support was recaptured, reconfirmed. You got a Japanese candlestick pattern at that level, and you got the follow-through candle today. That's nice, man. That really is. We could be on the way to 237. But just know you've already established there's distribution on this chart in January and February. It just is reality. You have put in a lower low than the previous discernible swing low, so your trend is kind of mixing and switching to the downtrend. They could rally this off the swing low, and they could take it all the way back up 237, and it ends up just being a lower high. But yeah, someone could try to manage the risk on Apple. I mean, I don't think you want to own it below 215 to be real, but it's looking better than most. Okay. Yeah, dude. Been live now 1 hour. Okay, break downward still. We got 300 plus votes on that poll. Well, I mean, this is the most dead chat has been probably in years. So congrats, chat, on doing that. I don't know. Yep. Start doing static videos now. I don't know, man. Do you want higher on Bitcoin? You got to break supply line. You got to recapture the 200. A lot of stuff you got to do here. And it's going to be interesting to see what the trade tariff initiation does to the markets. Probably not going to be as predictable as you think. And now we finally got a good backdrop. It's the backdrop. It's beautiful. Yeah, I can't even, you know, it's like I do the stream and there's no like, it's just business. Like the streams are just business, right? I just come to the analysis and yeah, it's more fun like getting to communicate with y'all, but people just don't like chatting. Y'all don't like putting chat in the box, so nothing to read, you know, so we'll do my analysis and what do I need a webcam for? I'll just, you know, we can just do the chart. And then, yeah. All right, well, good stream. I'll just let y'all go. Thanks for coming out. First of the month. Best day to join the Patreon/Citadel. Get trade setups, education, access the premium Discord chat. You get more of me, pretty much, if you want that. But, okay. Well, thank you all for coming out. I'll be back. Till next time, respect the TA.